So man, I'm driving, was eating some sunflower seeds, and my spirit told me to talk to y'all today. Do a little grown man talk. You know what I've been thinking, man? I've been seeing a lot of videos where young men are being arrested, young men are being sentenced to a lot of years, or life due to crimes that they are committing in these streets. And my heart go out to them, because that could be my child, making a mistake. I got a young son, but he's not old enough to make those kind of decisions yet. But all it takes is one bad decision and your life could be over. And I've seen like the way that they react, when the judge gives them that sentence. You could just see, the whole image that they was trying to hold on to of being tough immediately evaporates, man. And it just made me think, like, I don't know who these people have in their life. I don't know if they don't have brothers, older brothers. I don't know if they don't have a father in their life. I don't know if they don't have uncles that they're close to in their life. And I just think that's important, I know it's not really emphasized that much, elders, OGs, and stuff like that nowadays, but I think it's still important. And being that it's not really mainstream like that no more, where a young man answers to an older man, or a young lady answers to an older lady, I just think that the best thing that we could do as people who have experience through age is to just set an example. You don't have to go out of your way and, hey, young man, let me talk to you, young brother, young blood. You ain't got to do all that, but just simple things that when you just never know who's watching, is my point. You don't know if your example can create an impact or influence to where maybe they seen a whole bunch of messed up stuff and didn't have that proper example, but they seen you and it was something about you that they remembered and they took it with them, and you might not never know. I see like a lot of the celebrity males that nowadays, being that they're getting older, they talk different, they move different, they got families, they got kids, a wife, a lot of them, and they're able to be the OGs, if you will, to people that are in their field, whether it be comedy, whether it be music, whether it be rap, whatever, whatever field, and they're able to reach them while they're young and tell them, like, look, man, I was doing this at your age, but you don't have to do that, man, and I just think that that's important. I really honestly think that that's important. It's very impactful. And with me saying, I should probably give y'all context, visual context. Like, I seen a video where Mike Epps is really changed his life. He looks back and realized how at a young age he could have he could have been dead, man, many times. Probably shouldn't even be here, the situations that he was involved in, but maybe somebody was praying for the guy, and maybe there was just a true purpose where he needed to be alive. He needed to be here to be an example to maybe the DC Young Flies and the other younger comedians and people that crosses his path, man. And I think that's important. Some people here to master a career, and make an impact in that way, become famous or be known for something, and some people are here to make another impact. And you may not be the most famous, but you might be one person that was meant to reach somebody who might have been lost, who might have been on the wrong path, you know. And I believe personally that if you don't make the changes that you need to make while you're living, you're going to repeat this. I believe in reincarnation. I believe that a lot of these criminals, if they have not gotten an intervention, if they have not, got on a different path, they're going to reincarnate and they're going to be the same criminals that they was in their last life, man. Until they can make a conscious decision to change, man, and hopefully they can be born into the right situation, because that's one thing, man. I don't know how it works. Once we get here, we just here. But I don't know how the stars and all that line up and work for you to be able to get certain parents to be in a certain situation. Because some people end up in a rich household, some people end up in rock bottom, poverty. And you just gotta live with, you gotta just adapt to the environment that you are put in. So I wanted to speak on that. That was on my heart today, to speak on Grown Man Talk. As a male, I do my part to carry myself a certain way. I'm not here to try to be the most recognized and the most viral, as they say. No, man. It's billions and billions of people on this planet. What the heck is I'm an ant, a little flea, a gnat in the universe, man. And I think people gotta come to that awareness and understanding that we're nothing, man, compared to all the different living organisms in this planet, on this universe. We should just be humble enough to, and grateful that we are alive. Grateful that you have awareness, knowledge of self, awareness of self. Even if you don't have knowledge of self, the mere fact that you have awareness, that's a start, And I think a lot of times people don't have that, take that awareness and the knowledge that they gain and empower themselves to do something better. And one thing that has kind of stuck, my grandmother said this. She said, you got to have a plan, and it's stuck because, when you think about it, this is a planet. They call it a planet. So what is a planet without a plan? For things to get created and developed, for the creator to start creating things, there had to be a plan, I'm going to do this, I'm going to create this for this reason, So I just encourage, the men. I can't reach women. I think women can only be reached by women. Women have to make a conscious choice to be able to reach the youth, the younger women. And men have to make a conscious decisions to reach the younger men. What do you say, brother's keeper, that whole thing, man. But one thing I can say that being in the tribe of being a male and just dealing with that, once you get to a level of a grown man, you start to see the changes that people make and how they choose to live their life, because they understand that it is a gift. It's an actual gift, an honor to be here. And while we're here, we might as well make an impact on someone's life so that they can have a better opportunity than we did. It's supposed to be about growth. It's supposed to be about growth and ascending. And if people do believe in a heaven and a hell, what if, in order for you to make it to heaven, you needed to make an impact on somebody's life, a positive influence, a positive impact on somebody's life? What if it was based on that? A lot of people probably wouldn't make it because it's a lot of selfish people. So let's try not to be so selfish, man. Let's give back. It don't always have to be money. It could just be our actions. It could just be our influence. It could be our presence. That's all I got for this one, man. Grown Man Talk. On to the next.